Okay guys, so welcome back to another video. I want to give you this, I want to share this with you. I saw it on Instagram by the PGA player Patrick Harrington, and it basically what he talks about is this chipping. And the reason I want to share this is because I just played this past week and did really well after not playing for a week. The first nine I didn't do too well. I did like plus 10, but the back nine, something kicked in and I did plus 2. So I ended up 82, I think, or something. So, and I realized that it's so important around the greens. That's where I was messing up. I mean, I wasn't getting the ball closer to the hole when I missed the green. So, and then I just happened to see this the video on Instagram actually by Patrick, and it makes so much sense. I mean, it really works. So let me share that with you. Okay, so what he talked about is simply seeing the divot. So if I'm over here, about 30 yards, he said that you just have to focus on seeing your divot. That's it. It just makes you have a really good shot. So instead of thinking of anything else, especially you're gonna put more pressure on yourself. That's what he said. So right here, I'm just thinking of the divot. This is a 60, that's why it goes a little higher, but works like a charm. Right here, divot. I'm even hitting it as I talk. I'm just thinking of seeing my divot. Okay, so this is the shot that I was talking about. A lot of times, I don't practice this because I always think like, hey, I'm not gonna get in this situation. I mean, this is kind of weird. You're so close to the hole. I either putt it, and sometimes you can't putt it because there's, the grass is a little high, and this is what happened to me just this past weekend. I went and I just kind of hit it, and I just stayed super short here, and I couldn't, I missed my par putt. So I think that tip that he's talking about, it works really good for this. Kind of like commit for the shot, so that it makes you commit, and you just think of the divot, of making the divot like that. And I think that's how it works, because if I'm not thinking of anything, it's so easy to stay behind the ball. So I'll just think of the divot, the contact, like that. And it kind of makes you just forget about the ball, so I can just go around my green and do the same thing. Just think of the divot. I'm not sure exactly what he said, but I know that it's just think of the divot. So you kind of forget about everything else, and it does make sense. So especially at a shot like this, where it's so delicate, so delicate. So if I just think of the divot, it's such a difficult shot, this one right here. I wish I could do that in a game. Okay, so also from this distance right here, about 30 yards, I'm applying the same tip that Patrick was talking about. Just think of my divot. There. So got a 60, so I have to hit it a little. But if I think of my divot, it works. Like I mentioned on the back nine that I shot just plus 2, it was really satisfying. I didn't really, I was getting the fairways, I was hitting the fairways, scrambling a little bit, but then putting really well. So it does make sense. Going back to my other videos in the short games, that's where it is. That's where the difference is made in there. If you have a decent, drive, decent irons. The short game does make a difference because that allows you to scramble and save par and continue. So anyways, with this tip, I'm also doing it with the I kind of use it with this too, just with my irons. Just thinking of the divot. It's pretty good actually. It also works. So I got my 6 iron here. I'm just thinking of the divot, and I think it works a lot when you're under pressure, when you have to go over something like a lake or something. And that, you know, that's the thing that he was talking about, that it works mostly when you're under big pressure over a bunker, very difficult shot. So because he said the other way it adds more pressure to it. So if you think about, oh, I gotta keep my head down, which a lot of people talk about, so he said that doesn't work. So anyway, so just thinking of my divot with a 6-iron. Yeah, definitely really good, feels really good. I like it, definitely. Yeah, and you know, I like the fact that where he talked about the pressure. You know, when you have something, when you have to go over something, a lake or anything like that, or you're under pressure on the shot. I think if you just think of the divot, regardless, you're gonna get a decent shot. So okay, so that was it for the video. I'm really excited about this new tip. You know, I implemented it even to my lone irons, and it works pretty good. You know, just thinking of the divot, and especially around the greens as well. You know, I realized that when I played this past weekend, you know, I did really well after the 7th hole. I didn't play for, you have to think that I didn't play for a week. So when I started, I really made a mess. I think I was like 10 over in or 9 over the first 7, and then after that I was just making pars, a couple of birdies and some bogeys as well. But it made me think that what makes a difference is it is the green. You know, a lot of times when you, especially when you miss the greens, you're just around here, and you know, if you don't play the shots right, you're gonna have a putt, like a little long putt, instead of having just a putt like from here. So it does make a difference. And you know, I just wish I knew this tip before that, you know, because it really does. When you're under pressure, I think this tip works really good, especially when you're under pressure. You know, you just have to think of the divot instead of thinking of all the negative thoughts, you know, like, oh, I'm gonna chunk it, I'm so close to the hole, what if I chunk it, you know. And whereas if you just think of the divot, you know, that's all you think of. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have any questions, and thanks for watching. Until next time.